week's no spend challenge has been more challenging than previous weeks. Mainly because I'm at the point where I kind of don't care anymore. And you get to the give up point. And things have been going well. I've been doing it. And the first week I felt strong because I'm like, I did it, yay. Second week I did it and I felt strong still. But by the time the second week was over, I'm like, I'm done. I just want what I want when I want it. And I just paying attention to what you're spending and keeping track and just like putting it into the spreadsheet and all that kind of stuff. I'm bored and I'm kind of like my kids at work. I work at a before and after school program, grades 3, 4, 5s, and 6s, all in my room. And they really have a hard time finishing projects, and I'm the same way. And I kind of always have started something, and then I get bored, and I just move on, or I have to force myself to finish it. And this is one of those times I'm having to force myself to finish and to do it because I really just stopped caring. And they're not finishing like a coloring page or a little craft or something, or it's not anything big, it's not anything of like real value, not anything that, actually they're super interested in. It's just something they're doing to kill time while they're at daycare and try to have some fun, and so it's not a huge deal if they don't finish. This is a huge deal if I don't finish. This has repercussions if I don't finish. I will never be able to have this life that I'm trying to build if I don't finish this task and if I don't carry on with it even in the future. And maybe that's one reason I'm kind of a little like, because I know that this isn't just November, but that I will have to continue on doing this again more in the future. So yeah, I don't know. This week's been harder.
This thing on here, I realize it's a switch we do. I blocked all of that.
So I went over this week. Not by much, just by about just over $7. And mainly because I was having a really hard time figuring out what I want to eat this week. I just could not wrap my head around the whole idea of meal planning. So I had to get lots of little bits and stuff so that I had something to make almost anything out of it. And all those little things eventually add up. So this week, a little bit over, but I'm still calling it a win because I didn't go crazy. I didn't use that as an excuse to go completely over and just give up completely. But I still went over. So it's what it is. I needed most of what I got. There's only a couple things that I got extra. Back on track for next week, I guess. So another reason that this is hard is because, November is just kind of like a rough month always. It's like the end of road trip season, and generally I don't do well with this month unless I have something to look forward to. And right now I have nothing booked, and that makes it tough because and the weather doesn't help. Like, it's rainy, dreary, gross, gray, wet. We've been lucky and we've had a really nice November, but it's still not as nice as like the peak of fall, which is my favorite. And I think I go from such a high with fall camping. Fall camping is like such a high, and then So finding a way to fill that void right now without making things worse and also working towards making things better is a challenge. And my mental health during this month, like as I come to the end of the year, is always a almost dark season. It's a trying season for me mentally. My depression increases. My like willpower is like non-existent. My motivation for like anything is like non-existent. So, and I usually go through a season, like especially just before Christmas or in between Christmas and New Year's especially, where I just don't want to do anything. And like I work hard most of the year, and I've been taking it easy a lot in the last couple of years because I did hit a season of absolute burnout. I burnt myself out completely, where I was in the position where I couldn't do anything. I couldn't decisions, like I was constantly tired, I was constantly irritable. There was so much going on, like besides just burnout, but like the burnout really exacerbated everything else. And so now I've been trying to be cautious about how I use my time and how much I'm willing to give to everything and anything. So I've been trying to be cautious about how I use my time and how much I give to everything, so as not to get into that state again. But in the meantime, like, it's been hard to regain motivation. It's been hard to regain like that get up and go that I used to have. And I don't want to go back completely to the way I was, because I don't want to, end up burnt out again. And I don't want to just stay in a place of being stuck just because I don't want to burn out. So I have been using this time, because we can't really go anywhere local because of huntings and for our walks and stuff. I'll show you why exactly right here. That's exactly what we are not hiking our trails right now. And going farther, our weekends are starting to get busier because of like the holiday season and other things going on around the house. So going out on weekends hasn't been as easy because like there's always something to do. Going out during the week isn't so easy. I mean, I do have a break every day, but I've been trying to use that time for cleaning up my house, going on my schoolwork, on my course that I'm taking, and just getting stuff done and caught up because I've been letting so much go. So I've been using that time for that. But I also only have a short amount of time in between each break, so that I can't go too far. Like I can't go to Gatineau between my shifts. It doesn't work. It's only like I have 5 hours. That's it. So I mean, in theory, yes, I could, but then it'd be rushing, and it wouldn't really give me that much time. Like I'd be doing that big of a drive just for like an hour hike. Doesn't make sense. So it's, just nothing to do, nowhere to go, and the weather is dreary and nothing on the horizon, so that makes it hard. But I gotta I'm trying to keep myself focused on the future I want and the future I'm trying to build, not worrying so much about what's happening in the present and how it's not exactly what I want, where I want to be. And it doesn't help that I'm not exactly where I wanted to be at this point in my life. But I mean, I've changed where I want to be at any point in my life 1,000 times. Like, wanted to do this, I wanted to do that, I wanted to do this. So like, even the future I'm trying to build, is it going to be the future I want in 5 years? Who knows? But I do know that this, as much as my present isn't horrible, I'm not like in a place where I hate my life right now, which is amazing because like that's the first time in a long time that is the case. But I also know that this can't be my until the end kind of thing. Like, I like my job. It's a good job and I do mostly enjoy it. but I also know that it's not as challenging as it was at first, and I don't feel like I can grow much more in it than where I'm at. So it's got to the point where it's just come in and do the exact same thing every single day. And as much as some people find comfort in routine and in that, I don't. It's when I get too much of a routine and too comfortable somewhere, I have this urge and that I need to just like run and find something different and change. I need change. So I'm working on that change, and we'll see where the next few years brings me, and hopefully yeah, it's really going very farther than I wanted to in the first place when I started this little talk, but yeah, who knows. This is just another beginning and another step on the road and the path. And so this week hasn't been all sunshine and roses, as you can tell from my ramblings from the car. But it hasn't been a horrible week either. We have had some really good highs. This week's No Spend Adventure was also the beginning of the holiday festive season, where we did our first Christmas activity. So here are some highlights from our local Parade of Lights. This is held in Kemptville, Ontario, and it was a wonderful night. It was beautiful, warm weather, and just a really good start to the holiday season. So here is the highlights from that night, and hopefully next week I'll be back with a whole new positive outlook and spin on this adventure.
Merry Christmas, folks.